The most explosive stories yet. Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham absolutely going off after Lexie Hull was targeted in what many are calling a dirty and deliberate attack. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what happened during the game, how Lexie Hull became the victim of another physical altercation, and how Clark and Cunningham responded like true warriors to protect their teammate and shut down the bullies behind the play. We've got reactions, analysis, and behind-the-scenes locker room energy you won't want to miss. Let's get into it. It all started during the Fever's intense matchup against a physical and increasingly aggressive team. The / insert team name if known or placeholder like opposing team. The Fever were already on edge after weeks of rough play and escalating hostility across the league. But what happened to Lexie Hull in the second quarter set everything off. Lexie was going up for a rebound. Routine play, nothing dirty. And that's when it happened. Out of nowhere, she was slammed into by an opposing player with excessive force. Not a box out. Not a foul you brush off. This was a hard, unsportsmanlike hit. Her body twisted in midair and she crashed to the floor, clutching her arm as trainers rushed to her side. The crowd immediately erupted in boos, recognizing that this wasn't just competitive basketball. It was personal. Replay footage quickly circulated online, showing that the opposing player had zero intent of playing the ball. It was a blindside attack. And Caitlin Clark? She saw it happen right in front of her. And she was livid. Clark has been criticized in the past for staying quiet after some of the hits she's taken. But this time, she didn't hold back. Within seconds, she was in the ref's face demanding accountability. She turned toward the opposing bench yelling, "You don't go after her like that!" Her body language was aggressive but composed. She wasn't trying to fight. She was standing her ground and making it crystal clear. Targeting Lexie Hull crosses the line. Later, during a post-game presser, Clark doubled down on her stance. "Lexie's one of the toughest players I've ever played with," she said. "She works her butt off. She plays the right way. And there's no reason she should be getting targeted like that. We've been through enough this season." Fans erupted online, praising Caitlin's leadership and passion. Some even said this was the moment she truly stepped into her role as the Fever's franchise cornerstone. Not just in points, but in presence. But Clark wasn't the only one who took a stand. Enter Sophie Cunningham. If there's one thing we've learned about Sophie since joining the Fever, it's that she's not here to play nice with bullies. As soon as Lexie hit the floor, Sophie was up and in the opposing player's face. Sophie didn't throw punches, but the intensity in her eyes said everything. She got a technical foul for jawing off, but fans agreed. It was worth it. This wasn't just about one dirty play. This was about sending a message to the league. If you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That unity, that fire. It's exactly what the Fever have been building all season. And Sophie Cunningham, the enforcer, just solidified her role as the heart of this team's toughness. Lexie Hull, the underrated fighter. Now let's talk about Lexie Hull herself. She might not be the flashiest player on the team. She's not the one in the headlines every week. But don't get it twisted. Lexie is the glue holding so much of the Fever's defensive identity together. She's always diving for loose balls, always making smart rotations, and always stepping up to guard the toughest assignments. That's exactly why she's being targeted. And here's the thing. This isn't the first time Hull has taken a hit. Earlier in the season, she was elbowed in the face during a scramble. And instead of complaining, she got up, wiped the blood, and kept playing. Lexie Hull is the definition of grit. And this time, with Clark and Cunningham backing her up, she knew she wasn't alone. Post-game, Lexie simply said, "It's basketball. I'm not here to back down. And I know my teammates have my back." Chills. Now here's where things get serious. Because this wasn't an isolated incident. The WNBA has seen a disturbing uptick in unnecessary physicality this season. And most of it seems to be targeting the Indiana Fever's younger stars. From Caitlin Clark being hip-checked to Lexie Hull getting body-slammed, it's beginning to feel like intimidation tactics are being used to derail this rising team. Even former WNBA legends like Lisa Leslie and Becky Hammon have weighed in, calling for officials to get a handle on the situation before someone gets seriously injured. And who's stepping up? Not the league, not the referees. It's players like Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark who are taking the protection of their teammates into their own hands. That speaks volumes. The moment the footage hit social media, the internet lit up. Lexie Hull is a warrior and deserves better. Caitlin Clark out here being the leader the league doesn't deserve. Sophie Cunningham just became my favorite player. Period. Even some NBA stars chimed in. Draymond Green tweeted, "This ain't wrestling. WNBA needs to chill with these hits." And when Draymond, who knows a thing or two about physical play, is telling you to tone it down, you know it's serious. Fever coach Stephanie White's powerful response. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White also addressed the incident with poise and strength during her post-game comments. "We're not here to play dirty. We're here to play smart, aggressive basketball. But when our players are repeatedly subjected to dangerous play, we're going to protect our own." Stephanie White has been instrumental in building a culture of resilience and team-first mentality. She made it clear that Lexie Hull's role on the team is vital, not just as a player, but as a symbol of what the Fever are trying to build: hard work, unity, and pride. She added, "We don't retaliate with violence. We retaliate by winning." And win they did. After the hit on Hull, something shifted. The Fever locked in like never before. Caitlin Clark went off in the second half, draining threes from the logo and setting up her teammates with precision passes. Sophie Cunningham bulldozed through screens and drew fouls. Aaliyah Boston owned the paint. But more importantly, the entire Fever team rallied together with one mission: make M pay on the scoreboard. And that's exactly what they did. The final score? A dominant win for the Fever. And the best part? The player who committed the foul against Lexie Hull finished the night with only 2 points and 5 turnovers. Karma delivered. What this means for the Fever going forward. So, what does this moment mean for the Indiana Fever? It means they finally solidified their identity, not just as a young team with talent, but as a unit that refuses to be pushed around. Caitlin Clark isn't just the face of the team. She's the emotional leader. Sophie Cunningham is the bodyguard. Lexie Hull is the quiet warrior. And together, they've drawn a line in the sand. This team isn't backing down. And other WNBA teams are officially on notice. To wrap it all up, the Indiana Fever didn't just win a basketball game. They won a moral battle. What did you think about the hit on Lexie Hull? Do you think the WNBA needs to start cracking down harder? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more WNBA updates.